Hello YouTube, this is The Bucket coming at you today with my LCP Max. This is a 380 polymer frame pistol with a steel slide, steel barrel. Let's go ahead and go over the specs of this particular pistol. Again, this is an LCP Max, so it's going to have a 10-round detachable box magazine, but they often have, you can find these 12-round magazines that has a little extra finger extension, which is going to add for a little bit extra capacity and a little bit extra grip for those of you that really don't like that pinky hanging off the end of your gun. These guns come in at an overall length of 5.17 inches. The barrel length is going to be 2.8 inches. The width is going to be a paltry 0.9 inches in the width. The height is going to be 4.12 inches, and it's going to be real light, 10.6 ounces. They come with a blacked out rear, and they're going to come with a tritium front sight with this big, nice, big, beautiful green insert in there. Again, like I said before, this is in the 380 ACP cartridge, or 9x17. These were released in June of 2021. The original LCP was released in 2008 and became a super great seller for Ruger because it was like one of the smallest guns on the market, and you know, they were so light, they were so thin. You know, I had a buddy of mine, the Goat Whisperer. He ended up carrying it because he liked to throw it in his workout shorts, and when he didn't want to put on a full Kydex holster, he could throw that in his pocket, and he felt like he had some protection. Because these were often considered pocket carry guns, not saying that you should do it without a holster, but they have the long double action hammer here. So it's kind of hard to see, but you can see that the hammer's back in the back. And when you, well, I'll show it to you guys again. There's nothing in the chamber. So when you pull the trigger, you could actually see that hammer coming back a little bit further, which means the triggers are not particularly light or easy, but they've kind of got that double action feeling, and it makes it a lot less likely for an accidental discharge happening to you guys. So the texture of these pistols are kind of light, but enough to get a good grip on it. I'll be honest with you, I went out with Tanfolio, and I went out with Tanfolio's brother, the Bobcat, and we went out and did a little shooting today. Now, at the time of this video, it is extremely cold. It was sub 40 degrees outside, and we were shooting. And I'll be honest with you, this was not the most pleasant firearm I've ever shot before. Something about that hammer fire system, when you pull that trigger, it kind of has a little bite back to it. You can feel it reverberate in your hand. And then with a lot of 380 pistols, you felt a lot of recoil, and you just felt it every time that you shot. Now, I think that there may be something up with the sight on my gun, because I shot really poorly today. And actually at 10 yards, I only got one round on target. Now, I know some of you guys are saying, well, the Bucket, that's probably just you. You probably aren't doing very well. Well, this is also me shooting at 10 yards today, and that's about a 2-inch group. And, you know, I'm shooting pretty well today. So I don't know if it was fully me being the litter box. I think that I had some struggles because these sights were a little bit off. Partner that with just a not overly pleasant feel of this gun. I'm just not a big fan of the Ruger LCP Max. I'll be honest with you, I've shot the LCP2. I've done a video on the LCP2. I think it's too small of a package for the vast majority of people, and I probably have people steer away from it. This one was just unpleasant. Now, probably some of that was due to it just being really cold weather, and I'm sure there's tons of you out there that have had really great experiences. I'm not trying to tell everybody that has an LCP Max that they've got the wrong pistol. If you shoot it and you like it and it's good for you, then that's great. If you have a really specific need for a really deep concealment, this may be right up your alley. Probably just something that you're going to want to train with. You're going to want to make sure that you practice and make sure that your sights are point of aim, point of impact. For me, I'm probably going to move on from this pistol, but for those of you that like it, and I'm never going to say anything bad about Ruger. I've had tons of great experiences with Ruger. They're a great company. I'm sure I just kind of got one of the, some guy it was a Friday when some guy made my gun. So that is for what it's worth. Other than that, I would recommend anybody the Ruger Max 9. I thought was a really, really good gun. I felt the recoil was a little bit better on that. The trigger was a little bit better on that, and I had zero problems with point of aim, point of impact. So I do want to thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. All the likes, the comments, the shares, they're really, really appreciated. And as always, you stay classy, YouTube. Little baby bucket, do you want to live in California?
No.
Why?
Because I'm not a compliment.